Hello and welcome to TheAIbumMan, and yes, I'm actually putting up another video. Well, I'm basically on a hiatus, I have to say, so just a quick little update before we get into the CDs and vinyl I bought recently for March 2014. Yes, I will be on a hiatus from April 23rd until about June, maybe June 3rd, something like that. Due to I have exams, A-levels, things like that, necessary evil, and I need to work on that instead of doing videos, unfortunately. But yes, I will be back in full swing come June, and you'll see regular, 3 to 5 uploads a week, as it used to be before, well, before March, really. That's when my videos got a bit slower. Anyway, CDs and vinyl I bought recently, but this time we have a bit of a surprise. Yes, we have something. Yes, we have some vinyl, some very cool vinyl. We have some CDs, some very cool CDs, and some great bargains. But before that, I have something so cool that I was sent that I just have to show, because I just love it so much. I was sent some signed pictures from some damn cool musicians, and this was from Hub and Ann, and I just want to give a big thanks to them for sending these pictures. They sent me last year on my wall, if you can see over there, Glenn Hughes signed, and the guy from Sacred Mother Tongue, who I've now just forgotten the name of. But yes, awesome stuff. So here we have To the Album Man from Alex Skolnick, the lead guitarist of Testament. I mean, I've been digging Dark Roots of the Earth particularly so much recently. It's becoming one of my absolute favourite thrash albums of all time. And yeah, this is so cool. Just a quick closer there. The Pantera drummer, Vinnie Paul. I mean, Pantera, what a band. Groove metal, thrash metal, whatever the hell you want to call them. They are certainly cool. And this one, quite interestingly, if you saw, this is signed to the album band. It seems Vinnie Paul couldn't quite make out the words album man, but oh well, album band, whatever, it's still damn awesome. And then we have the coolest of them all, has to be Dave Mustaine. I mean, it's obvious how much I like Megadeth. I've talked about Megadeth a fair bit on this channel, reviewing, 13, Endgame, Super Collider, and Killing Is My Business. They're one of the bands I've reviewed the absolute most on this channel. So, to have this sent to me, I mean, that's just so cool. I definitely want to get Megadeth one framed, but I've got quite a few things to get framed. We mean to get Glenn Hughes and Sacred Mother Tongue, what's his name again? It's Andy James, that's it, Andy James. And then they also threw in, even though it's signed to someone else, who they are I don't really know, but from Tony Harnell and Bumblefoot, lead guitarist, well, one of the many guitarists of the current lineup of Guns N' Roses. And you know my feelings on Chinese Democracy and Guns N' Roses. It's, I'd made it fairly clear that I'm not a big fan, but still, it's a guitarist for Guns N' Roses, and that's just very cool to have signed. So that is very awesome, and I just thought I'd share those and give a big thank to them for sending them. I really appreciate that, and yeah, definitely find some places on my wall to put those. Okay, so we're going to start with vinyl. We'll go vinyl. So we'll start with a couple of the, go from sort of least to best. Though everything here I think is pretty cool, I wouldn't have bought it. So these were some pound finds from Havoc, Quicksilver Music. I always give them a good shout out, because they are one of my favourite music shops in the world. So these were like £1 each, and Moody Blues, they're a band I hear a lot about, and I don't know anything from. So when I saw Every Good Boy Deserves Favour, which of course its initials EGBDF is the notes on the line of a treble clef. And then also 7th Sir John, again, £1 each. I thought, why not? They're in decent condition, they look playable. I have to say, I haven't got around to them yet. I had quite the vinyl backlog, and other things have taken precedent. I just have not had much time recently to be listening to vinyl, unfortunately. But no, looking forward to these, and Moody Blues, some interesting bands. And while these, considered 2 of their better albums, definitely. I mean, it's not considered as highly as, their best albums, which I can't remember the name of. I don't know that much about Moody Blues, but if you have any recommendations of Moody Blues, what do you think of these albums? I'd love to know. Some I found in a car boot. Went down to London a couple of weeks ago and went to a car boot there, which was pretty cool. It's a big Dublin song. It's a bit battered, but the actual LPs themselves in decent condition. And again, these were like £1 each. So how could I resist Dirty Deeds done cheap on LP for £1? I mean, yes, you can clearly see it's a bit tattered. It looks like it's been battered around a bit, and it shows its wear, but the actual LP is in decent condition, and this is a good album. I like it. It's not one of my favourite of the Bon Scott era. I mean, I prefer the Brian era personally. I know, shoot me down, but this is definitely an enjoyable album. Good bit of fun. Bowie's Pin-Ups. I can't pass up Bowie on vinyl. I mean, the only other Bowie album I have on vinyl is Diamond Dogs, I think I have Diamond Dogs on vinyl, and that's in awful condition, really. I mean, that's just about playable, just about. It has so much cackling, it's not nice. But this, even though someone seems to have drawn on it, it's in pretty decent condition. This is not one of his best albums. I mean, it's not one of his worst, because he's made some shit, but it's not one of his. The best song on here has to be, I mean, this is all covers, if you don't know, it's a covers album. And the cover See Emily Play, that's kind of fun. I like that as a Pink Floyd song. But the most interesting one is track 8, which is Sorrow. And that's a cover of the Pretty Things song, the title track from their fantastic album SF Sorrow. Probably the second concept album ever, second only to The Ballad of Summer, seen by Nirvana, UK 60s Nirvana, not Kurt Cobain. ELO. Now this was in nice condition. ELO's Face to Music. Now I do have this on CD, unremastered CD though, so when I saw it on vinyl I thought, why the hell not? Most of my ELO collection's on vinyl, and they're one of my favourite bands. I really enjoy ELO. I mean, I know you get quite a few people criticising, oh, just Beatles clones turn too much like the Beatles and all this, and of course Jeff Lynne, it was in, he did produce Free as the Bird and the other single with McCartney, Ringo and George, with of course using some leftovers from Lennon as well. He did produce that, and he was in the Travelling Wilburys of Harrison. It's clearly he wears his influences on his sleeve, but still, I mean, songs on here like Strange Magic, Poker, and Evil Woman. I mean, what a song Evil Woman is. He added his own unique twist. It's sort of catchy pop rock with a lot of orchestra, and I think it's really interesting stuff. I love ELO, and I don't quite understand why they often get criticised. I think it's a bit silly. The creme de la creme of my LP has to be, I did show this in my review of the album, Magnum's Escape from the Shadow Garden on double, I think 180 gram LP, and it is pretty amazing. I love this album. Check out my full review if you want to know my full opinion. But the review's actually done pretty well. It's over 500 views, so I'm very happy. I wasn't expecting to do that well. But particularly the cool thing about this is it's blue. How amazing is that? It is blue. I barely have any coloured vinyl. I mean, I have two others. I have Motorhead No Sleep to a Hammersmith, which is sort of a gold colour. That's really cool. It's like a first press in gold. And I also have some Status Quo outtake thing that's red. I don't really like that much. It's not a great Quo thing, but still it's red, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, to have that sort of blue marbled effect, I like that a lot. So let's move on to the CDs. And firstly, this one has a bit of a story, sounds like fairly bog standard stuff. Radiohead Amnesiac. I mean, what's special about Radiohead Amnesiac, I mean, firstly, it's getting close to completing my Radiohead collection. I just need King of Crap. Yeah, I don't like King of Limbs. No, I don't. Lotus Flower, oh god, one awful song. Bloom, another awful song. But we're talking about Amnesiac here, and Amnesiac is decent. Is it as good as Kid A? No. But Kid A is a good album. I now appreciate it and I now like it. Certainly not as good as OK and, The Bends, or even In Rainbows as well. I love that album. But this has Pyramid Song. I mean, that's one of my favourite Radiohead songs. That's cracking. I particularly like Knives Out. I Might Be Wrong. That's good. I like Spinning Plates as well. Definitely got some really good tracks on here. But I originally ordered this from That's Entertainment, and it came, and this looked fine. Played it. It wouldn't work. It was on about quite a few songs, like Pyramid Song, Polk, Push, oh, what the hell, Polk, Pole Revolving Doors, You and Whose Army, and a few of those, and it just wouldn't, it would just keep glitching and jumping, and oh, it was horrible. And I noticed, looking carefully under the light, there was this tiny scratch, but it caused a huge thing. So I found this for a quid, Quicksilver. They just happen to have some quid CDs, and as Quicksilver really just do 70s albums, they put anything not 70s really in a box. So that was pretty cool. Another album I picked up for a quid as well. White Stripes, White Blood Cells. I really liked Elephant. I think Elephant's a fantastic album. I've enjoyed it quite a lot. So this was only a quid. I thought it'd be worth a go. Give more of the White Stripes a chance. Now this is unbelievably cool for me. Something I've always wanted ever since I seriously got into music and seriously started going to concerts, is to have a CD of a concert I actually went to. I mean, yeah, you know, live albums are cool, and the classic live albums, you know, Thin Lizzy Live and Dangerous, Queen Live, Killers, UFOs, Strangers in the Night Live, and, you know, Who's Live at Leeds. Many classic live albums, but, you know, there's just, I've always thought, God, how cool would it be if I'd been to those shows and was hearing a live recording of a show I'd been to? Well, now I have one. Saxon Live in Manchester from St George's Day. And this is so cool. This was the Saxon concert I saw, the only time I've ever seen Saxon live, and the Choir Boys were supporting, which was also awesome. And this has 2 discs, the entire set list, not a single edit, the full set list, including all the talking bits from Biff, which is just great, all the chatter and jokes and whatever have you. And but I mean, just even if you didn't go to it, this is still a fantastic live album. The mixing is just superb. Production on this, perfect. I really can't flaw the mixing. And just the set list here. I have some of the stuff from Sacrifice, which I loved, great album. But I mean, it ends with, like, the last 5 or 6 odd tracks are like Dallas 1 PM, 747, Wheels of Steel, Strong Arm of the Law, Denim and Leather, and then Princess of the Night. I mean, you don't get many you know, that lineup of songs, that's just so strong. That is just amazing. And I went to it. So, yeah, I just love this so much. I'm just besotted with it. This is pretty cool. This is cheap from Amazon. Buddy Guy, and this is Slippin' In. This is, what the hell is this? Is this a... Yeah, this is just a... I think, God, it's a studio, a live album. I can't even remember. No, this is just a studio album. This is a studio. Getting confused because I've been listening to a Buddy Guy live album quite a bit. But this is still a lot Buddy Guy. Buddy Guy is definitely one of my favourite blues singer, guitarists. Fantastic guitarist. I mean, I loved his last album, which I now can't remember the name of. Rhythm and Blitz, that was it. Double album, really well executed, slick, modern, yet still old school blues. He just has a timeless voice, and his guitar style is just near unparalleled in the blues world. And this is just one of his mid-90s albums, I think, yeah, 94. And yeah, it's just a good bit of blues, Buddy Guy fun. Definitely, but I'd recommend checking out Rhythm and Blues, particularly if you missed out on that last year and you like blues, because I think that really is probably, I would say that's the best blues album of 2013, without doubt. Band I went to see live, and oh, they were good, so good, Riverside, and this is their 2013 release, New Generation Slaves, which they pretty much played the entire album live. Like, what songs didn't they play? I don't think they played Deprived or Coda. I mean, Coda's just a thing at the end. Except for those 2 songs, they basically played this album in its entirety live, and it was amazing, because Riverside are one of the best modern prog metal, prog rock bands that I have heard. They just do it so well. They take that 70s sound, but they put that a bit of a heavier spin on it, but it's not quite, you know, all that progressive metal. It's definitely leaning more towards progressive rock, but they just put a unique take. They're a Polish band, and this album, I definitely say is the best. I prefer this to Anno Domini, and the other album that I know of theirs, which I now can't remember at all. And they play a couple of songs from Anno Domini. Live, they're wonderful. I'm going to be doing a concert review in the coming weeks, years, months, who the hell knows. And I really wanted to review this album. I should have done back when it came out in February last year, because I've been listening to it a lot since, and now I finally have it, and it's just as good. It really is a wonderful album. classic that I didn't have, that, you know, it was time for me to get, definitely, because in my collection, you see a lot of classic bands, but you notice that I don't have a single thing, not even a compilation of the Rolling Stones, which you might see as a bit odd, considering, you know, I'm primarily a big classic rock fan, so why wouldn't I like the Rolling Stones? Well, it's taken me a long time to get into Mick Jagger's voice, that's the first thing. But finally, in the last year odd, I've managed to get into Mick Jagger's voice. It used to annoy the bloody hell out of me, but now I actually like it. So I thought I'd give the album of theirs I always found the most intriguing was Exile on Main Street, because I often hear that this is their most complete album. Well, it doesn't have as many of the obvious singles as something like Sticky Fingers or Let It Bleed. I've just heard this is just a great album. I think this was a double album because it comes at like 18 tracks and it's a long album. And I've been enjoying it. I mean, it's fun. Would I say this is one of the best albums I've ever heard? I wouldn't so far. No, maybe on further listens, but so far I wouldn't. It's a decent album. It's more than decent. It's a very good album with really cool groove to it, a nice bluesy vibe, and just some fun classic rock. But I definitely don't, at the moment, as we speak now, consider it one of the greats. Now, my mind could change, but I would like to investigate the Stones a bit more, definitely looking, as I mentioned before, the album Sticky Fingers, Let It Bleed. And once I have those three, I'll see whether I want to continue with the Stones, but, I liked enough from this to carry on going, give the Stones more of a go, and see if they finally click, because they just never quite have, oddly. A band that certainly has clicked recently, and there's 2 albums of theirs here, and I just cannot get enough of them. I cannot wait for their new album to come out in June. I think June the 14th, Pale Communion comes out by Opeth. So, let's listen to a bit more Opeth. Let's dig in a bit. So, Watershed. This was their 2008 release. Features more of a keyboardy sound, a bit more. And you can definitely see them going towards that heritage sound, as I got Heritage, certainly, which is cool. So first we'll just talk a bit about Watershed. Now I've only listened to this once, I need to listen to this some more. The tracks that particularly strike me so far were Coil, that's a great track, and Lotus Eaters and Porcelain Heart. Lotus Eaters and Porcelain Heart particularly, I thought they were really strong songs. Definitely enjoying this. So far, would I say, is it as good as Ghost Reverie is still left? Or of course the unbelievably amazing How the Hell Did Michael Ackerfeld Do That, Blackwater Park? No, but this is a good album. I definitely prefer it to this. And now loads of things have fallen on the floor. Oh joy. Oh no, Heritage, this was the first Opeth album I ever listened to actually, because I was a bit terrified by the death growls, so I thought, well, let's start with the clean stuff. And in fact, I actually had no intention to ever listen to the death growl stuff, because when this came out in 2011, I really hated death growls. Now I'm a lot more open-minded towards them and enjoy them in certain circumstances, certain bands. But I'm certainly not a death metal fan yet, though I have been listening to Behemoth. If they're more black. Anyway, let's Opeth. Heritage. It's a difficult album. I think I heard a thing Michael Ackerfeld when he was talking about Pale Communion. He said Heritage was a fucked up all over the place type of album. Yeah, it is. It is definitely a fucked up all over the place type of album. That pretty much sums it up very well for me. I like it. It's a good album. I mean, it's not bad. I enjoy it. It's maybe a 7.5, 8 out of 10, something like that. Is it as great as the great Opeth albums? No, it's not. It's an interesting voyage into progressive rock, and it's definitely truly a progressive album, and I admire Michael Ackerfeld for doing something truly progressive. But yes, Sliver's great. I mean, Hack's Process I quite like. Devil's Orchard. There's some good songs on here. I just don't think it's that strong an album. It's a very difficult, dense record. I'm going to be listening to this more and more. I've already listened to it about 5 times, but maybe like Kid A, maybe it'll just click one day. It took Kid A like 15 listens to click. Maybe this will one day, maybe it won't, I don't know. But I've had Pale Communions go for a more melodic approach, so maybe I might prefer that. Oh god, not much time on my camera, it better be a bit snappier. Baroness Red album. Now I have every Baroness studio album, so not many, it's red, yellow, and then the green and blue double. Baroness, one of my favourite metal bands, possibly ever. Though this album I don't think is as good as Blue or Yellow and Green, but that's because I consider Blue, Yellow and Green to be two of the best, well, metal albums of the 2000s, honestly. They're just bloody stunning albums. This is a bit rawer, a bit sludgier, a little too sludgy maybe at times for my taste. I'm not too big into sludge metal except for Baroness, really. This is still a good album. I mean, I still enjoy this album, and Isaac particularly is great, but I'm pleased they moved away with the sound with Blue and then Yellow and Green, which I think is the culmination of everything, and is just an amazing album. Another sort of band a bit like Baroness, Mastodon. So I bought Blood Mountain the other month. It's, it hasn't grown on me too much. I quite like it, it's decent. Cat the Sky, I really like that album. I love that album actually. And this is a good album. I enjoy this album quite a bit. I mean, Black Tongue, Care of the Bell, Stargasm, Octopus Has No Friends. That's such a great title of a song. Octopus Has No Friends. That's one of the best song titles I've ever heard in my life. I just love that. Dry Bone Valley, I think, the title track, or Heavy Lifting. Yeah, there's some good songs on it here, and that's awesome. I got a ticket for certainly the Sunday of Sonosphere at the moment, so I'll be going to see Mastodon live, and very excited for that, as well as Metallica and quite a few other bands. Last couple, Queens of Stone Age, Era Vulgaris. I saw this in a London record exchange shop type thing, only a couple of quid. Why not? Because I've been digging Like Clockwork and Songs for Death so much, I haven't listened to it yet. The biggest bargain though, for only £5, The Who Live at Leeds. Now Live at Leeds, not too hard to get hold of, but the deluxe version for a £5, yeah, that's pretty good. And what's so good about the deluxe version? Well, it has basically the whole of Tommy live as the bonus disc. Okay, the whole of Tommy live, combined with having the Who's best album live at Leeds. I definitely think it's their best. So it's got their best album live at Leeds combined with the best studio album live. Oh my god, I've been wanting this so much, and I'm so pleased I got it for such a reasonable price. Anyway, my thing's just about to run out, so this has been the Album Man. Thanks for watching, comment, subscribe, and as usual, long live rock and roll.